heading to Georgetown to do some exploring. Georgetown's like an adorable little mountain town. It's about 40, 50 hour from Denver, and it's right at the bottom of Guenella Pass. So we're gonna just check out all the little spots, all the little shops, and maybe have some advice on where to go. Me and Shelby. So just some afterthoughts from our trip to Georgetown. This is a mountain thoughts vlog, but I wanted you guys to enjoy kind of the scenery of our trip to Georgetown and our time exploring. But what you just saw there, the reason why there were so many people around the square on that Saturday, it was the BigHorn Sheep Festival, which is something that happens every year. Georgetown is full of history and it's full of tradition, so that's something that happens every year, along with their Christmas tree lighting, which happens the Saturday after Christmas. No, wouldn't be after Christmas, would it? The Saturday after Thanksgiving. Obviously, I've made it known that I'm a storyteller, and that's like what I'm passionate about. It's how I want to impact the world. But to be a storyteller, you have to be a good listener, and you have to seek out those stories. So what I find the most valuable when traveling and exploring, and what I really consider that storyteller mindset, is just being inquisitive, and just anywhere I go, just questioning everything. So, for example, one of the big stories that I took away from our trip to Georgetown was when we were in this little bookshop, and we were looking around, and I just decided to ask, how long has this place been around? Because all the buildings look so historic, so you wonder like how much the insides have changed, because the buildings have been there a really long time. So I, was asking the store owner, like, how long have you been here? He said 2 years the store has been, but I've been here 40, 45 years, something like that. And so immediately I'm like, oh my gosh, like so many questions. So I was like, when a town is that historic, I'm like, how do they preserve that history so well? And so that's what I asked him. I was like, over your 40 years, how have you seen it change? Has this place changed much at all? He was like, well, when I moved here, there were 800 people. And it's been 40 years later and there's 1,000. So a 200 people difference, that's not big at all, obviously. And he was really excited about that. But he expressed to me like his concerns for, if you guys know anything about Colorado, you know that everyone and their cousin is moving here because it's awesome. But it's a big concern for those small towns who like don't like change. They have a concern for it when there's, a lot of history involved in their communities. And so he was pretty concerned with all the people that might come. And so his rule of thumb, he said he always told his wife that if they ever got a stoplight, that's when he would know to move. And I thought that was kind of funny and quirky because I can relate to that. In my small town, we don't have a stoplight where I'm from. Like, I get what that symbolizes. It symbolizes like growth and change and things becoming different, and your way of life becoming different. And so when your way of life has been a certain way for 40 years, you can imagine why that's alarming. So that was like one of the biggest things I took away from it. It kind of, I learned more about him and the area, but I also just like, it made me geek out a little bit by just like how asking questions simply helps you connect. And the more you listen, it's like when you listen and when you ask questions, it's so easy to connect with anyone, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the country. Like, as long as you are a good listener, you can connect to anyone emotionally, no matter what your differences are. Just by being a good listener, you can connect to pretty much anyone. So, I hope that is a little bit of perspective for your day. Thank you for watching my second vlog ever. I hope to bring you more and continue to up the video quality. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out Shelby's photos from our trip. What else am I thinking of? If you guys have any stories that you think are worth sharing, please tell me. I love storytelling and I love listening to other people's stories because we can learn something from everyone we meet, like I just said. Anyways, I'll be sure to list all of those places that I went for your trip to Georgetown, so you know where to go, the places you should hit, and all that fun stuff. So, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys get to check out Georgetown soon.